Welcome to the WindyCity Rundown. Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another great episode of the WindyCity Rundown. I am Eric Avila. I am writing the show solo today. Jose can't be with us today. There's been an unfortunate situation on his wife's side of the family. Comadre, prayers to you and to your family. We wish you nothing but the best, and we will always be here for you no matter what, comadre. So hopefully you and your family, condolences from our end. But this is the WindyCity Rundown. I am Eric Avila. I will go do the show for you guys. Thank you guys for joining us, guys. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. Hit the little bell and subscribe on the YouTube page as well on the Facebook page, and share our episodes with your friends and family. Like I said, I am writing the show by myself, but you can join us in the comment section, like John right here saying that this belt, I only got a couple of leaks with that belt, so 100% might as well still right here. But it would be nice to still keep this belt and then add a little something right next to it, in the upcoming weeks. So that'll be great. But the link is in the comment section for you guys. If you guys want to join us, we will be on here. I'll be on here. We'll talk a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. I wish this would have been a better show, but unfortunately it is not, as our beloved Bears lose to the Green Bay Packers 28-21 in a game that, you know what, to be completely honest with you, I am okay with losing. And the only reason why I say that is simply because the Bears showed something that hasn't been shown in a very long time, or ever, that I can remember, in a situation to where, like, both teams are finally good. Both teams are fighting for a playoff spot. Both teams are having playoff atmospheres at the moment. And it's just kind of like, you know what? We're all going to go down swinging. If I go down swinging, you're going to go down swinging. And that's what it was. And to be completely honest, it is actually a good thing for the Chicago Bears to be in this type of situation, simply because you could learn from this a lot more. It shows that, the Bears are a lot closer than what we think. And I only say that, I definitely only say that, as I'm trying to get on my Facebook page here too as well, and then we're getting on YouTube. Make sure you follow, likes, and subscribe too as well. John says didn't even cover. Yeah, the points were, I think it was 6.5. I think that's what was the cover. Bears didn't even cover. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. And it's a game that I can be okay in losing, simply because we battled back. 2, it was intense. 3, it was against the Green Bay Packers in a playoff atmosphere before we can actually go toe-to-toe with what people say it's one of the NFL's best in the Green Bay Packers. And it literally took us down to the last second, last minute, last almost play of the game, for the Bears to lose that game. And yes, there has been a lot of talk the last couple of days since Sunday about the decision-making of Caleb Williams, that, he should have thrown down to the flat with DeAndre Swift. DJ Moore was open right there in front of him. He underthrew Cole Kmet, and that's what it was. Cole Kmet should have done this. Whatever the case may be, Caleb Williams should have ran for the first down because we had 2 timeouts left. Like, there's a lot of scenarios going down with this, but guys, at the end of the day, I am okay with that, simply because the Bears went down swinging. We needed points. And that's the doom and gloom of the playoff, of the position playing quarterback for the Chicago Bears, and just the quarterback in general in the NFL. Like, you have to make these type of plays. You got to make the decisions that either we celebrate and be like, you're the fucking best, or B, we're just like, damn, why'd you do that decision? And everything is hindsight after that. John says over here on the chat, what's up, John? The Bears showed heart, but for it at the end in the NIT was just a gut punch, 100%. And you know what? That's playoff football, John. 100%. And we don't know anything about it. We've seen a lot of it from other teams, not from our Chicago Bears. But you know what? It is one of those situations to where I say that it felt weird. I texted my brother and my cousin Mike, who we have a group chat together, and then obviously Jose and John too as well. And I told them, like, guys, I hate this feeling, this playoff feeling atmosphere. Like, I hate feeling like this, but you know what? It feels good. It feels great. It feels, if I forgot how playoff football felt like, and it just felt weird and awesome. First half was horrible. John, 100%. You're not getting anything out of me on that one, dude. It was horrendous how we started the game. Uh, and it's been a while that the Bears have started like this. It's been a lot of situations to where we either start off slow, we don't end up right. There's a lot of confusion in the middle. There's a lot of things going on here for the Chicago Bears. It's happening in the first quarter, and it's just, we don't know. We still haven't had, or we had, but we haven't gotten that again of a complete football game since we did for the Dallas Cowboys back in week 3 or 4, however long ago that was. And to be completely honest, like, I think that's what we need. We need another game just like that. We need, or we just need a 75% game like we just had against the Cowboys, against one of these top contending teams. Whatever the case may be, we do need to show up. But guess what? Like John said here, the Bears showed heart. And yes, the Bears did show a lot of heart in that game. They knew the importance of this game. The Bears were in first place at that point, or second at that point, because of the previous other games that were on. But the Bears and the Packers were fighting for a position spot to where, if the Bears, which they did lose, dropped all the way down to 7th, and if they won, they probably would have been in first or in second place by today if the Bears would have won. The thing is that at the end of the day, it just shows how well and how great Ben Johnson has put this team in position to upgrade the Chicago Bears, put the Bears in this type of situation, put the Bears in a game to where it matters in December, early December into late December. It matters, and that's the beauty about this. And it sucks that the Bears lost, yes, but there's a lot to get from this game to where, like, hell, if we can play like we did in the second half, majority of the games, we are a good contending team. We are a playoff contending team. A lot of people are saying Super Bowls. That's literally the talk in the national market, that the Bears are Super Bowl contenders. I don't think so. But I will say that if the Chicago Bears find a way to win these next 4 games, another game against the Packers, the Browns on Sunday, Packers next Saturday, the 49ers on Sunday Night Football, and the last game of the season against the Detroit Lions here at home, they have 3 home games here in Chicago, 3 home games and 1 road game against the 49ers. If somehow, some way, we manage to squeeze 4 victories, somehow, some way, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, if somehow, some way, we manage to get 4 wins out of those games, and we will be what, 11, 13, and 4, second place. Nobody wants to play the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Shit, I don't want to be outside in Chicago in Chicago in January. But that's the position that Ben Johnson has put in the Chicago Bears at this very moment. Competing, playing competitive football, playing games that matter the most and the most important time. He said that the Bears are going to play the best football in December. We are hoping that that's going to be the case. These next 4 games, 3 of them here at home, starting on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. But it is something that to look forward to and look excited for, simply because, like, the Bears are in a position to be in the playoffs. They right now hold the 7th seed in the NFC. I was just hoping they could be in the hunt around this time with the whatever record, a 5-7 record, or whatever the case may be. I was just hoping for that, for them to see the fact that they're 9-3, 9-4, and in the playoff picture. Oh, lovely. We're winning at that point. Unfortunately, it sucks that we lost against the Green Bay Packers, but guys, the Bears showed not only showed us here in Chicago, the local market, that the Bears are legit. They show the national market too that the Bears are legit. And I am okay with that, even with a loss. The Bears got so much respect. I know moral victories are one thing or another, but where the Bears have been in the last 10 years, and to be talked about that these guys are playoff contenders, Super Bowl contenders, that's fucking awesome. And I hoped and prayed for times like this. And yes, I know Caleb Williams threw the interception. Yes, it would have been great if this would have been a better show or capped off the week or start off the week right against the Cleveland Browns this upcoming week with a victory against the Green Bay Packers. Yes, that would have been amazing. But at the end of the day, think about it. The Bears finally played a playoff atmosphere-like game and was there at the very end. And it's loser talk, whatever you want to say, but I'd rather have that simply because I know that the Bears are going to be in a position week in and week out, probably for the next couple of years, if everything lines up correctly. Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Hit the little bell on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page to get notified when our shows are live. You can join us on the comment section like here, like John is doing, or you can also join us on the stream. The link is in the Facebook page and on the YouTube page to click the little link to join me to talk about the Bears and their loss on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. Fuck, which is I hate, but it is what it is. But 28-21, Packers lose to the Bears on Sunday. Join us, talk to us. How do you feel about the game? Where do you feel like the Bears could have done differently? Why do you think that why do you think that the Bears are starting off super slow and then super strong? Was a part of the game plan. Let me know what you guys think. Join us in the comment section and also or via the link. Tony on here. What's up, Tony? Hope you're doing well, man. We got for real. We show that we have a lot. We have a coach con unos huevotes to do what he did in the last 3 minutes. I love it 100%. And he also went on his show yesterday saying that if the Bears would have committed that touchdown or would have gotten that touchdown to Cole Kmet, that he was going for 2 and put the Bears up by 1. And 100%. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. We finally have a coach that fits what the NFL is today. We have a coach that is not scared of making those decisions. We have a coach that, wants to win and has the will to win and the mindset to win. And I think that's awesome. And we prayed for a coach like that. We wanted a coach like that. And I get it. It hasn't been pretty. Let's keep it 100. It hasn't been pretty. I would love for it to be pretty. I would love for it, for us to play a complete brand of football from all 4 quarters for all 60 minutes, whatever the case may be, blow out teams, on a regular basis. I would love that. But also at the same time, we also got to put into consideration that we have been shit for the last 5 years. And this is just a bonus because we're arriving a year too early. None of us, any of us on this show, myself included, Jose included, John included, and everybody else that tunes in every week on our show. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming every single week. But none of us have put the Bears in this position. None of us would have thought that the Bears would be right here at this moment. Yes, a lot of people thought that they were going to be 9-8 and 10-7 at the end of the season. And we have 4 games left, and everybody's already hit their total for those amount of people, or that total has already been up. But we've in our wildest dreams for this season, would have thought that the Bears would be in this position, dominating football games like they did last week against the Eagles, like they did this past week on Sunday, the second half against the Green Bay Packers. They literally demolished the Green Bay Packers. They literally put their foot down their throats and just suffocated and just beat the living shit out of the Green Bay Packers for a half that brought them into this game and had the opportunity to tie and win the games. Tony says they were so disciplined as a team in the last 3 minutes. 100%. The Packers coach had fear in his eyes. He was so mad in the second half. And again, kudos to the coaching staff. Kudos to Dennis Allen, Ben Johnson, what's his name? Declan Doyle, Randall L. Like everybody that is in that coaching staff to put the Chicago Bears into this position and being in these type of games, and especially against the Green Bay Packers. But the quickest handshake in the world that we saw on Sunday between the 2 coaches on midfield, that was one. We're seeing them again next week, after the Browns game this upcoming week. Like there's a lot of excitement going on right now, even after a Bears loss, where we just feel like, yeah, we got those guys. And I think that's just the best feeling in the whole entire world. Even after a loss, obviously we would have been, over the moon if they would have won on Sunday 100%. But even the way how they performed in the second half and how they dominated Caleb Williams, I think went like 14 for 20, 13 for 20, 2 touchdowns. Yes, he threw that pick. but he was decisive with his passes. He was decisive with the play. Obviously, he wasn't decisive in the last play of the game that he threw the interception. He said after the game that he was thinking too much. Cool, great, it happens, right? He's still mind you, he's in his second year and the first year in the new system. Of course, it's still gonna look too quick for him. Of course, he's gonna make those type of mistakes. But guess what? I want him to make those mistakes. Why? Because if he is how I say he is, and being QB1 for the next 7, 10, 8 years, I said 8, 10, and 8, but you know what I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, like literally our franchise quarterback, our QB1, and he's having moments like this in the second year, give it to me. Let him learn. There's nothing wrong for him learning in these type of situations to where, like, okay, my decision making has to be fast. I have to see this a lot quicker. Putting himself. Sometimes you need to fail to become successful, and that's fine. And guess what? It is what it is. Like Jose and I were having the conversation on Sunday after Caleb threw that pick that, hey, he should have ran. He should have ran. He should have ran for the first down. He should have thrown to DJ Moore, who was open, which he really wasn't. Swift a lot earlier. We had 20 seconds and 2 timeouts. 100%. Like, all of those are valid points. What I was saying is we needed the points. Who cares if there's 20 seconds left? We needed the points. We needed a touchdown to score. To me, that's more important. Like, hey, if that play was executed perfectly or just executed, I don't think we would have it. We wouldn't have this conversation. We would have been excited. We would have been crowning Caleb Williams as QB1 and the best franchise quarterback in Bears history at that time, simply because he put the Bears in the situation in winning in Green Bay again for the second time. But no, it doesn't happen. It's always not like that, so it's okay. You gotta take your L's when you could get them. And you know what? It's a learning process. He was like, sorry, but this Tony, I guess he agrees with me. He says, sorry, but it was, there it is. Says, sorry, but it was a good loss, lesson learned, and moving forward. So excited, 100%. That's how I feel too. That's exactly how I feel. 110%. And Tony and I been knowing each other for so long, playing soccer and whatnot. But we've had conversations. Sometimes, and he knows as a coach, sometimes you got to lose you learn more by losing than you do winning. And that's a fact. And in a pressure type of situation and type of against your biggest rivalry that felt like a playoff atmosphere game, you make a mistake like that, guess what? It's a learning lesson for the next time against another opponent that's going to make you feel like that. Like, I don't know, the 49ers in a couple weeks, or the Lions, or hell, whatever, even this week against the Cleveland Browns, even though they're shit. But again, pressure situation. How are you going to do this from minute 2 of the second quarter to, minute 20 or 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter? It's part of the game. It's a learning curve. It's never going to be linear when you're learning in this process. Just remember, I've been a fan since 77. So I'm excited 100%. Like, you've witnessed a lot of bad Bears football, a Super Bowl in between there too as well, but a lot of bad Bears football. And since I've been born, the Bears have been not that great. The closest I've seen was the Bears being in the Super Bowl against Indianapolis Colts in 07. I saw my heart ripped out with Aaron Rodgers in the last game of the season in 2012, 2011, the 2010 when we went to NFC title and Cutler said, "Oh, my knee hurts, I can't do it. I got diabetes." And that's everybody's supposedly best quarterback in my generation. Unfortunately, it is. That is the best quarterback that I've seen the Bears have, and he's mediocre at best with a 500 record. But again, on top of that, we've seen glimpses of good Bears football. What we're seeing now, if everything lines up perfectly how I feel like it is, guys, we have sustained success in Chicago for the next 10 years with the coach and the quarterback that we have right now at the moment. I see multiple playoff appearances that Bears have never had since like the 70s, 60s, 80s, whatever, however long the playoff appearance have for the Chicago Bears. That's great. Give me that. Give me sustained success with playoff appearances and maybe a Super Bowl here and there. I am okay with that because we know we got this right. And that I feel like pisses or worries the Green Bay Packers more because for the first time, even after another loss to the Green Bay Packers, there's more questions on whether or not the Green Bay Packers are actually going to keep hold on the reins of this ass whooping, and now the tide has turned to the Chicago Bears. And the only reason why I say that, I hear a lot of sports radio. I tuned in a lot, to Milwaukee here and there simply because it's right there. I just wanted to hear what they were talking about. There's a lot of people that are a little worried because the Bears showed the second half that this is not the same old Chicago Bears. And this Chicago Bears is not an easy W for the next blank years. You insert the number right there. Insert your number right there for how many years, because the coach and the quarterback looks like it's a great pairing. As the coach and the quarterback in Green Bay, there's still a lot of people that don't trust Jordan Love. There's a lot of people that want Matt LaFleur fired from the coaching job. There's a lot more question marks up in Green Bay than there is in Chicago. The only questions we have in Chicago is, Caleb, can you be better at throwing the football? Ryan Poles, can you get another pass rusher here? That's it. Those are like the only two questions that we have, and those are fixable. A relationship with a head coach and a QB is not that easy to fix, in my eyes. And those are the problems that they have up in Green Bay. Yes, they won the game. Cool. But it wasn't like a dominant fashion. The Bears took over that and won that game. Tony says next year, if everyone stays healthy, Super Bowl, baby. Give me a pass rush first, Tony. Give me a defensive end or a tackle. Give me somebody that gets to the quarterback. Let me see that along with the health. Then yes. Maybe not Super Bowl. I'm not there with you yet, Tony. I'm not, nor am I going to be close. But you give me something like that. You do something like that for me. You give me what this Bears team needs to be fixed. I might be with you. I might. Maybe. Right now it's too early to tell. Right now I want to get through the season. Right now I want to get to Cleveland. Right now I want the Bears to get this game right, because for me, the last couple weeks, I was letting you guys know that this game against the Browns to me feels like it felt like a trap game. Like, I didn't feel too comfortable, but I've only felt like that if only the Bears got the victory on Sunday. That's something about this game against the Browns I wasn't too comfortable with. Now that the Bears lost against the Packers, I feel a little bit more better, simply because the Bears high is not as high, right? The Bears high has literally came down, floor level, 10 toes down, all of it. I really did feel like if the Bears would have pulled off the win on Sunday, that this game would probably have been an L on the column. Now that the Bears lost, I kind of feel more comfortable, more confident that the Bears are going to win this game. Cleveland Browns shouldn't be taking that easily. That defense is just ridiculous. That defense is top 5 in almost every defensive category, minus the running game. I think the running game, they're like middle of the table, probably lower half. But even then, so like to get to the quarterback, you got Myles Garrett. That's all you need. He needs 3 more sacks to get that record. I would hate for him to get it here in Chicago, but it's a strong possibility. It's a very strong possibility for Myles Garrett to get so. But again, at the same time, it's like the Bears need to focus on the Bears. The Bears need to focus on the Cleveland Browns. The Bears need another W on this column, because the following game is not going to be that difficult. I mean, it's not going to be that easy. In my eyes, no game is easy in the NFL, but this is one of those toss-up games that we need a W in permanent marker from the get-go. Tony Gold says, just remember how we have grown up running the team now. 100%. 100%. There's big boys running this team now. There's football people running this organization now. And that says a lot. That says a lot. And it took a lot for McCaskey to be like, okay, go ahead. I'll pay how much you need to pay for this guy. Ben Johnson, one of the highest paid head coaches right now in the league. Dennis Allen's probably one of the highest paid defensive coordinators in the league, along with everybody else that's behind him, probably top dollar in their respective positions as coaching members. And that's what the Bears needed to do. They needed to upgrade the talent on the coaching staff before upgrading the talent for the roster on the team. Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. As always, we appreciate you guys joining us on the show each and every week, live every Tuesday at 7:30. Make sure you guys hit the little bell on the Facebook page just to get notified when our shows are live, not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page too as well. Hit the little bell. If you guys are more into YouTube than you are on Facebook, we are on there too as well. Share our episodes with your friends and family to help us grow the show to the maximum it is. 2026 is right around the corners. We do have lofty goals for 2026 for the show. Tony says Packers lose to Denver. The Bears beat the Browns next week. We put the Packers to rest 100%. I think that with the win, if the Broncos do beat the Packers and the Bears do end up winning, the Bears I think are back in second or third place. In the NFC, back at number one in the division. I'll take that. Give me that any time of the week. And obviously the game next week, if that does happen, becomes magnifying to the best. And now Fox has it on a Saturday night. So take that what you will. But first things first, Tony, Browns. Let's worry about the Browns and then worry about the outside noise later. We need to beat them. We need to beat these teams. We need to beat the Browns comfortably. I think just to give us that confidence, still being at home playing against the Packers for Saturday. Give me that. I'd rather have that any time of the week. What sucks is Kyle Gordon going down for warmups before the game. I haven't seen the injury report out for the Chicago Bears or anybody else like that. I think we get that tomorrow. No, I think that's tomorrow, right? Where we get the injury report. So we'll be on the lookout for that too as well for the Chicago Bears. And yeah, I want the Bears to win. I want the Bears to cover that number by double, triple, whatever the case may be. I think the Bears are favored by 4.5 points, 3.5 points. Give me that. Hopefully they beat them by more. I need a comfortable win. I need a comfortable win from the Chicago Bears this week. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think the Bears. I want to see an efficient game, a running game, an efficient passing game. Hopefully, if Garrett lets us have an efficient passing game. But no, 100%. I think that's what I need. That's what I want from this game. This game has become a little bit more of a must win for the Chicago Bears because of the situation that they put themselves on Sunday against the Packers and losing that game in Lambeau instead of winning. But then at the end of the day, you got to worry about yourself and you got to worry about the Chicago Bears at the moment. And right now, the Browns are the number one. They need to go 0-1, 1-0 for the week. So we'll see. I love it. We'll see how it goes. But man, oh man, does it suck so bad? See, to the Packers, I was so pissed. Everybody was, man. Again, high intensity game, super high intensity game against the Green Bay Packers. It would have been so great to come on the winning end on that one and how good the Bears were playing in the second half. I wanted that win so bad. We all did. I think we all wanted that win so bad just because of the momentum that we were carrying heading to that game. So, it is what it is. Move on, wash your hands, move on to the next. But guys, join us. That's what we. What did Tony said? Tony goes and says that's what we said last about. 100%, Tony. We did say that. I'll tell you this. From what I saw on Sunday, the tide has turned. And I think once the Bears finally figure it out to beat Green Bay, I think it's going to come in a lot more often. I think the wins are going to come in a lot more for the Chicago Bears. I can see a season when the Bears sweep the Packers. The one thing I do wish that I do want, though, is if the Bears and the Packers pull out another performance like they did Sunday, next Saturday, I can kind of see the Bears and Packers opening up Sunday game week 1 of next year, and that's when the tide starts turning. Michael Parsons, and we took him out. Oh yeah, Michael Parsons, we took him out of the game 100%. And you know what? Give it up to Caleb. Caleb made sure keep running away from him, making sure he wasn't. Yes, he wreaked havoc. Let's be 100%. Even though he didn't get a sack, to his name in that game, he still caused pressure. He still caused chaos. How many times that Caleb Williams was felt under pressure and had to run away from that? How many times that when Caleb threw the ball, there was a Packer defender in front of his face? How many times where, you see 3, 4, 5 guys just obliterating the offensive line and Caleb just had to escape the pocket? Like, we saw that a lot of times. And yes, Micah's name was said a lot there because of his presence. He didn't get the sack, but his presence made a difference in that game. And everybody else was applying pressure too as well. And that's what a good defensive team does. And that's what the Chicago Bears missing. Somebody like that to keep their focus, that to the offensive line to focus on, and everybody else would just eat because of the set attention given to said player for the Chicago Bears and the defensive line. And everybody else would just becomes that much better. Montez Sweat becomes a lot better. I'm trying to remember who else. Austin Booker becomes a lot better. Grady becomes a lot better. Robinson becomes a lot better. Like, a lot of players on the defensive line, and there's not a lot of stress and not a lot of pressure on the linebackers and the secondary to apply that pressure to get to the quarterback, because Jordan Love was picking us apart on the blitz. Let's keep it 100. Jordan Love was picking us apart. The big touchdown plays that the Bears gave up to Jordan Love was because the Bears were in cover 0 and blitzing just to pressure, and yet they still didn't get to Jordan Love. They still didn't apply that much of pressure or affected his throwing styles. Like, those Christian Watson touchdowns just pissed me off because he just ran free right through the middle. That's what the Bears are missing. The Bears are missing a game record up front with them. Tony goes, same on Sunday, take that big boy out by running the ball. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we could do it to Micah Parsons, but I'll tell you this right now, it's going to be a tough task to do that on Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is just a behemoth of a beast. Myles Garrett is just a beast in himself. Isaac, what's up, my guy? He said, my boy, go Bears. I'm not worried about the Browns. Ready for them. She's on. Isaac, bro, you have to worry about the Browns. I'm sorry. You got to look at that. You got to look at this one game at a time, 1 week at a time. And I get it. I want my revenge too. Don't get me wrong. I want my revenge Tuesday. I really do. But I got to worry about who's in front of us. And right now, who's in front of us is the Cleveland Browns. You got to worry about them a little bit because that defensive front is, I'll say this, that defensive front is probably the best defensive front next to the Houston Texans. That defensive front is better than the Green Bay Packers. But let me tell you this, like, that's what you got to worry about, 100%. But yes, take care of business first. Handle the Browns first. That's next on the schedule. Then we worry about the Packers. Then we worry about the Cheeseheads. You and I on the same page, bro. Fuck the Packers. We lost. Fuck the Packers. But guess what? Even with the loss, we came out a lot more positive. We came out a lot more confident. We came out a lot more better because we were the better team when it mattered the most in the second half. Facts. Yep. Facts, dude. Worry about it one game at a time. Facts. Thank you guys for joining us. Zay, Tony, John, I appreciate you guys on the comment section. Guys, also like and share our shows on Facebook and on YouTube too as well. Hit the little bell on both pages to get notified when we're live. When we're live every Tuesday at 7:30, unless if we have like a special show, which we might have to, or no, not next week. Next week will be Tuesday, and then the Saturday we probably push it on a Monday. We will see. We will keep you guys posted. But also, like I said, hit the bell on YouTube and on Facebook to get notified when our shows go live. We appreciate you guys. Where's my boy Jose? Tony, unfortunately, there's been a unfortunate circumstance on his wife's side of the family. He's with family right now, with her family right now, so he can't be on the show. He will be with us next week. He is with us in spirit. I know he really wanted to be here, but unfortunately he couldn't. So he'll be on next week. So I'm running the show by myself, but I do appreciate you though. I got one boy. I got you. I got you with me running the show, dude. I appreciate you. But yes, he's doing the family matters right now with his wife, so it is what it is. Again, Kamali, we're with you. But yeah, he'll be on next week. We'll be talking about Bears and Browns the next week's show. Hopefully, we talk about a Bears victory. I would love to have a Bears victory and heading to this confidence game for against the Green Bay Packers. But one game at a time, guys. One game at a time. Yeah, this was coming. And you know what, guys? I've been duped. And Tony, should have taken your advice, bro. Not watch a single Bulls game. I should have taken your advice. I should have not felt for the trap. We got too excited for a basketball team that at the end of the day, the true colors came out probably like a week or two later. You know, I sit here and I probably watched ever since we signed up for to get Chizen to watch the Bulls. I sit here and I was thinking how excited I really got for the Bulls' hot start. And I guess it just kind of took away from how I really genuinely felt about the Chicago Bulls, right? Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's probably the worst $10 a month I'm spending right now at the moment. And I'm paying for gym memberships. Then I'm not even going to the gym, as you see my fat ass right here. I feel like that's more effective than me paying to watch the fucking Bulls. But man, you know what? It's frustrating. It's super frustrating simply because how many times have we been in this situation with the Chicago Bulls, right? How many times have we sat here for years? Last year, you guys, this little board, if you guys can see what I have right in here, right now I have the standings for the NFC North. But last year, if you guys were watching us, you guys saw that I had a list of teams that I was going to cheer for. I was going to use my sports mulligan on the Chicago Bulls. And the only reason why is because I got tired. I got tired. And you know what? Their hot start, the way how they started the season, I fell for that fucking trap in that. And it bothers me. And it bothers me because I know that there should be some type of like wholesale change for the Chicago Bulls. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As long as you guys go, and I say you because I'm definitely not going. But as long as we keep on going, I can't even say we because I'm not going. As long as you guys are still going to the Bulls game and support the Chicago Bulls and that trash ass team, nothing is going to change. And I should have just stuck to my guns and just kept that and just held on to that because nothing is going to change for the Chicago Bulls in that organization. AK is not doing shit. Mark Eversley, I don't even know who the fuck he is. It just, yes, I seriously, I felt like I got sucked in. And I'll admit that. I'll admit that I got duped. I'll admit that they suckered me in. I'll admit that for $10 a month, I'm paying for shit that I knew it was going to happen, yet I wanted them to be in this situation. But fuck, man, I didn't expect it to be this bad. I didn't expect the Bulls to be this bad. I was harping and harmonizing that this is going to be Billy Donovan's year of like him actually finding coaching, and it just feels worse. It just feels bad. Nothing has changed. And what sucks even more is that when the Bulls are out, there's trade talks of Anthony Davis coming to Chicago, want to come back home, and so on and so forth, and this player and that player, like, and then I look at it, the big picture. I'm like, who do we have? Like, who do we have to trade to get Anthony Davis to make us this NBA contending team for the playoffs? Like, who do we have? Who do we have to say like, oh yeah, Anthony Davis is going to take us to the next level? Like, who? No. We barely have enough now. And to give up draft picks for what? Why are we giving up draft picks for players for this team is ass? We need those draft picks. In case we need more. And again, I know the conversation that we had, CP, last year, and myself and Jose, that I was very upset that the fact that we couldn't get a draft pick to come with Alec Caruso for that trade for Josh Giddey. It was just a straight up player for player. But again, for that type of situation, it's just like the OKC has a shitload of number one overall picks thanks to the Clippers. They have a lot of first round picks. Give us one. It's going to be in the high 20s. It's damn near going to be a second round pick. But at the same time, you're putting more, I guess, capital or players into the team or talent into the team, perhaps talent in the team from this roster to better than what we got now. Like, you're not going to get a lot for Vooch. You're not going to get a lot for Kobe. You may get a little something for Kobe, a little something from Vooch. But after that, what? You paid Josh Giddey, who's probably your best player. Are you going to trade him because his value is high? Like, this team just needs, like, a strip down of everything in this organization from the very top. But as long as that old guy is it just for me to be nice, just that name Reinsdorf, as long as he still owns this team is not going anywhere. This team shouldn't even get my $10 a month to watch this pathetic ass team play. Like, they got beaten yesterday with no Stephen Curry, no Draymond Green, nobody. And they still got their doors blown out by like 20 some odd points. Like, it's not even funny. They lost to probably worst teams than them. And they lost to them within the last week and a half. Separate occasions. Like, I don't get it. The Jerry Krause effect is always going to haunt the franchise. Jerry Krause, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. I really do feel like if they don't make amends with Michael before Reinsdorf leaves this planet, I think that this franchise will be cursed. The way it's been said publicly, as I drink this water real quick. High quality H2O. It's been said publicly out there that the way how they ended that team in the 90s, like the fact that they didn't let them compete fight for that title that they won in 98. The fact that they ended the way how it ended abruptly, I think that put a sour taste in it. Like, Michael hasn't been back. Like, how do you not have the greatest player of all time, the greatest player of your franchise? Let's start with that before, obviously, greatest player of all time. But the greatest player in your franchise that gave you those 6 championships on his back, and he doesn't even come here. Like, the fact that they did the Ring of Honor, whatever the case they did last year just to get people in, like, he didn't even show up. Like, it was just a Videotron of him. He doesn't come to Chicago. New ownership is needed. It's only 100%, dude. New ownership is 100% needed. We need something. Let him keep the White Sox. I could care less about what he does with the White Sox. They're not my worry. The Bulls are. But we need change. And the fact of the matter is, the more that we sell out that stadium on a 42-game basis for the Chicago Bulls, or 41, should I say, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. I feel like this man's not going to leave this earth anytime soon. He just gets older and older by the second, by the minute, by the day, by the year, obviously. And he's still here. And nothing changes. He said he invested in another franchise. That said, dude, look at the White Sox. They got the first round pick, whoopee-doo, for the draft this year. But just look how he's running the White Sox. That should be enough said. He has destroyed 2 franchises in different sports and ran them to the ground. Like, it's crazy to me. And like a lot of things I've said, like the 94 strike that they had where the White Sox were really, really good, supposedly at that time. I don't know. I was 3. And the fact that he was proponent to closing down the or stopping the baseball season, I mean, that says a lot about the character for the man. That should. I don't know, man. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I should have traded my team. I should have used my sports mulligan. Shit, I just might have. I just might just hop the bandwagon and just go OKC. Fuck it at this point. But I don't want to. I should. But I just feel like something is going to happen and something needs to change. And yet at the same time, like, I don't see no change. AK still has his job. Don't know why. I could do a better. Tony and I can do a better job running the Chicago Bulls at this point. Bro, just give me just take care of me and I could be better. I have no background running a team, but guess what? I could spot talent. I at least I feel like I can spot talent. At least I can see where he sees it. Tony and I can do it. Get two guys, two different age groups, two different mindsets, two different ways of thinking. Put it into one. We'll clash heads in some time, but we'll get that. We'll get it done. We will get it done. Better than AK Mark Eversley for sure. It's not the owner fault. It's the fan for supporting the book. 100%. I just 100%, Tony. We as long as they keep going, as long as Bulls fans, or yes, I guess yeah, as long as the Bulls fans still keep going to United Center and fill out that stadium and go see the Chicago Bulls on a week in and week basis, we're not going to change anything. Nothing is going to change. Pockets still being full, and we're still being fooled by the Bulls thinking that it's going to change soon. It's going to like we know what needs to be done. We 100% knows we know what needs to get done, and yet we don't do anything about it. I've been boycotting the Chicago Bulls for the last 5-10 years. I told everybody that I was pissed the moment that they said young and athletic D Wade and Rondo came in. Yes, they did like a mini teardown. Yes, they brought Zach LaVine. I told them do not give Zach LaVine that contract. I had it in one of our shows on our page right here. Me saying it's the biggest mistakes of the Chicago Bulls. I've been right. I want them to be different. I need different. But it starts from the top. It starts from the very, very top, and it's just annoying. Let's do it. Tony, I need good recommendations. I will upgrade my resume for it. Let's do it. Let's put our resume in for the running the Chicago Bulls. No background whatsoever. But let's do it. Let's do it our way. I know and it's a joke, but I mean, shit. At this point, I think anybody could do a better job than what AK Mark Eversley is doing right now with the Chicago Bulls. Anybody could do a better job. That's why I feel like I could do a better fucking job. It's not that hard. A lot of decisions have to be made, yes, but the first important main thing is identifying the talent and just tear everything apart. Tony says the only ones that send a message are the Sox fans for not going, and I give them credit for that. But Tony, let me be nice. I am going to be nice for once about the Chicago Sox. I'm going to be nice. You're absolutely right. But for Sox fans to have that amount of patience for that amount of years, since 05 to be exact, and nothing has came even close to that 05 season. Not even close. You ruined the Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu team, Eloy Jimenez team by hiring your friend that you left on bad terms 50 years ago. I don't know if it was 50 years ago, but I'm just saying 50 years ago, 40 years ago. You ruined that team with hiring that person. Yet there's nothing to be done. There's nothing to be said. There is no motivation to fix that team. So if there's no motivation to fix the team that you say that is more important to you than basketball, what makes you think he's going to care about the basketball team, Tony? Or anybody out there watching me, listening to me? He doesn't care. Stop going. Do what Tony says. Sox fans stop going. They stopped going for years. They sell Sox tickets for $5 to go watch them play. $5 and $10 parking in 2025. Nobody goes. Why? Because the product is not good enough. It's not good enough for the fans to invest. It's not good enough for the fans to care. It's not good enough for even us in Chicago, the national market, to even care about. He laughed at trying to get Ohtani. I know. Shohei Ohtani was never going to come to the Chicago White Sox. That's playing the show to put Ohtani in a White Sox uniform. But the fact of the matter is that he laughed straight to a camera to reporters and be like, Ohtani, why would we go for Ohtani? No, your highest player is Andrew Benintendi in Sox history. Andrew Benintendi. has to say a lot. Hey, they hold the record for the most dogs going. Animals show up more than human beings at a White Sox game, but it's funny, but I mean it's also kind of true. Like there's, and yes, I am the biggest Sox hater on this podcast and have been biggest Sox hater on this podcast for since we started because I had my reasons to feel the way I feel about the White Sox. But I'll give them credit where credit is due. And the fact of the matter is that, hey, if you guys still continue to do this and still boycotting the White Sox because they're not good enough to compete and going weekend or not going to, what is it, 81 games, 81 home games, then by all means do it. But at least you have an out. And that is what keeps you guys going. Ishbia will soon be running that team in about 10 years, maybe even sooner if the good Lord decides to take Jerry Reinsdorf away from us. And I say that respectfully. I don't mean that malice, any type of malice whatsoever. I'm just saying because Jerry Reinsdorf is already in the 90s. He's up there in age. But there's at least an out for the Chicago White Sox. There isn't for the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls have no out. And yet, that's his most valued franchise if he decides to put it up for sale. Do you know how much the Chicago Bulls will we go for in auction if Reinsdorf decides to sell? $10 billion. $10 billion with a B. $10 billion is what the Bulls will be worth. Maybe even more. But definitely 10 bill will be up for the Chicago Bulls for sale if he decides to sell the team. That's his most profitable franchise. He doesn't want to give it up. And yet we're the ones suffering. Bulls fans are the ones suffering at the end of the day. I hate it. I don't like it. But it's a true story. And it's a story that we're going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating unless if there's some wholesale changes. I don't see that anytime soon. Comadre, we're with you. We are with you and your family. Prayers to you and your family. Thank you, John. Zay, thank you very much. Tony, as always, I appreciate you, my guy. Let's go, Bears. I got the Bears winning. I got the Bears winning 31-17. I see the Bears winning by a comfortable margin. The Bears need to win by a comfortable margin, 31-19. I think the Bears do get that done on Sunday here at the Lakefront. Before we still stay here and play the Packers on Saturday night, but Browns comes first. Give me 39-19 Chicago Bears comfortably winning the game on Sunday. Let's just hope that we get some good news of the upcoming weeks about Jerry Reinsdorf. 23-14. Wow, a lot closer. No, not really that much close, but 23-14, that sounds a good one. But I do feel like, yeah, Caleb needs to have a good game of like multiple touchdown passes, yards in the 200s, passing yards in the 200s. I see that. I need the running game to be flirting with, 100 yards rushing, both Monangai and Swift, not only for fantasy league purposes, but just, playing purposes as a real football game. Give me that. The Bears need to win comfortably. The Bears need a comfortable win in this schedule because the next 3 games after that is not going to be so easy after the Browns. So give me a comfortable one. Let them get that confidence going for the upcoming game. Bears win on Sunday. We will see you full crew. Jose will be back next Tuesday, 7:30. Talk about the Browns and the Bears. See what the Bulls and the Blackhawks and what news we have from the winter meetings on baseball. See if the Cubs find somebody. That's another team that's going to be on my shit list soon, and I'm a Cubs fan, but I'll give you my rant next week about them. Hopefully, if they give me a reason to. Other than that, Facebook, YouTube, Windy City Rundown. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell to get notified when all our shows are live every Tuesday at 7:30 to get notified when we're on live. We want to thank you guys so very much. As always, share our shows, like our shows, follow us on our other social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I think that's it. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. There you go. I know I was missing one. Make sure you guys follow us on there. We will give you guys more clips on that too as well. I appreciate you guys. Jose, thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. And as always, bear down. Go Bears. See you guys.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about